where voting has ended for 88 constituencies across 12 states and 1 union territory. Now, elections were in fact held for all constituencies in Kerala, a chunk of Rajasthan, and also the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now, it's a pretty fierce battle that's playing out between the Bharatiya Janata Party-led NDA and the India bloc. Now, the key candidates in this phase include the likes of Rahul Gandhi, Shashi Tharoor, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Hema Malini and Tejasvi Surya. So it's been a bitter battle over issues that range from manifestos to that of inheritance tax. And our reporters spanning across India get you the latest.
As the second phase of India's Lok Sabha polls comes to a close, two major southern Indian states have completed voting. One of them is Kerala, where all 20 seats have gone to the polls and it's completed, which means that the people of Kerala have decided the fates of all their candidates in the 20 constituencies. The other major state is Karnataka, where of the 28 seats in total, 14 seats have completed polling, which means that only 14 seats remain and that will happen in the next phase. In both these states, around 2 crore people have voted and decided the fate of their respective candidates. Already, Tamil Nadu completed polling last week, so pretty much 2.5 states are done, and what remains is one half of Karnataka and then Telangana and Andhra Pradesh in the subsequent phases.
8 out of 80 seats in India's most populous state of Uttar Pradesh went to polls today. Now, in terms of the political battlefield, the state is witnessing a three-cornered contest. On the one hand, we have the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party that has in the past 10 years swept the mandate in 2 Lok Sabha elections. On the second corner, we have the India Alliance, in which the Congress Party and the Samajwadi Party are in a seat-sharing distribution deal. In the third corner, we have the Mayawati-led Bahujan Samajwadi Party that is going solo this time. It'll be interesting to see if Modi magic will be able to work its charm for the third time in a row, or will issues both national and specific to the state in terms of employment, inflation and farmers' crisis will help the opposition chip away at BJP's vote share.
With 22 candidates in fray for the Jammu parliamentary constituency, it's the real fight between the BJP and Congress. While the Congress candidate is being supported by the regional political parties like the People's Democratic Party and National Conference, it's to be seen whether the revocation of Article 370 has helped BJP in the Jammu region.
8 seats went into polls today in the second phase in the state of Maharashtra, with Nanded and Amravati being the key constituencies today, where we saw a direct contest between NDA's BJP and MVA's Congress. On the remaining 3 seats, we have seen specially a direct contest between the Shiv Senas, one led by Eknath Shinde and second led by Uddhav Thackeray. So it was a tough and an interesting battle to watch out for. And remember, this is the Vidarbha and the Marathwada region that we are talking about, a highly farmer distress, a rural state. These both regions have made headlines when it comes to the highest number of farmer suicides in the country, and that remained one of the major polling issues today.
All right, so that, of course, is what has happened so far through the day in the second phase of polling. And to tell us how we are to view this second phase in the larger general election that, of course, is taking place in India, we're being joined by Mr. R.K. Upadhyay. He's a senior journalist who's, of course, joining us from Bengaluru. Mr. Upadhyay, thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us here on WION. Now, 2 phases of this big 7-phase elections are over. The Bharatiya Janata Party is, of course, set for itself a huge target for itself. 400 plus is what it is hoping for. Now, in the northern part of India, people, of course, vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party in big droves. But now it is trying to expand in the south. And one of the states that is in the focus is the state of Kerala that has voted today. Do you think the BJP, with the message that it has, and the Prime Minister, who is the man and the message for the BJP, has he done enough to actually get the Kerala voters to vote for the BJP?
Saleh, good evening. This is the second phase where there are 88 seats at stake. And out of the 20 in Kerala and 14 in Karnataka, these are the biggest this thing. And then 13 in Rajasthan, Maharashtra and other states. So the crux of the matter is with the Kerala, where BJP has not opened its account so far, and they're trying to make a breakthrough. We have to wait and see what they will do. Because, of course, the problem is with the India Islands itself. They were not able to get into any kind of agreement over seat sharing, and UDF and LDF are fighting. So that being the case, I think BJP should be able to open their accounts in maybe one or two places. I think the best chances are in Thiruvananthapuram and Thrissur. This is what the pollsters are saying. And if they're able to open their account, that will be the first of its kind in Kerala. And then you have Karnataka, which is a very important state for BJP, where they had won 25 out of 28, 25 plus one independent supported by it last time in 2019. And it will be a Herculean task to retain all those 25 seats, because you have a Congress-led government aggressively led by Mr. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. They're going all out to win as many seats as possible, and their target, as they've said, is between 15 and 20. Out of 28 seats that are there in Karnataka, 14 went for polls today, and most of it is an old Mysore region where Vokkaligas dominate. And this is an area where JDS and Congress clash, because DK Shivakumar and his brother DK Suresh have their suzerainty in this place, and they were the ones they were able to defeat the JDS in the assembly elections in last year 2023. So it's a big challenge for the JDS to come back, and one of the reasons why BJP and JDS got together and formed an alliance before this Lok Sabha election was both of them were in the same boat, because the BJP had lost the government, and then from 120 odd seats they were down to 66, and the Congress went up to 135. So it's given enormous confidence to the Congress to think about doing well in this Lok Sabha election.
Right.
But then this is Lok Sabha election where the Prime Minister Modi holds sway in Karnataka. So that is where it's going to be a big task for Congress to increase its tally from 1 to, let's say, maybe 7 or 8. So even that will be a very difficult task.
All right. Now, Mr. Upadhyay, the fact is the Indian voters are very discerning. They vote differently in the state legislature elections and differently for the Lok Sabha, that is the parliamentary elections. Now, in the state of Karnataka, a lot is at stake for the Congress party. The BJP, of course, would want to retain the number of seats, that is 25 out of 28 that it had. But looking at some of the issues, that some of the Congress leaders have shot off, such as inheritance tax, do you think this kind of issue that are being brought up has dented the chances of the Congress and has actually put the BJP in a better position to convince the voters that probably they are the party that looks for wealth creation?
I think this inheritance issue is too fresh. I don't know what kind of impact it will have, whether it will have, would have had anything today in the 14 seats that went for polls. Of course, the next, phase is on the May 7th, where 14 others constituencies will go for polls. Maybe by then, this idea will sink into the minds of the people. That apart, I think in Karnataka is mainly about Karnataka's guarantees versus Modi's guarantee. Karnataka Congress was able to do well because of 5 guarantees they promised to the people just for the last assembly elections. And they delivered quite a bit of it. I must say quite a bit, because they, one of the things they promised was 2,000 rupees to the woman head of the family, which has been delivered. Another was, free bus ride for women, that has been delivered. And, free rice scheme. Of course, part of it comes from the center. But they have not been able to deliver on, the subsidy for the unemployed. That has not been done. But then, more than 3 crore people have benefited from these schemes. So one has to wait and see how this plays out in this election. And, Congress cleverly has been issuing guarantee cards to people in rural areas, saying that, look, these are the guarantees we have given you, and with their photographs, subtly hinting that if you want these, benefits to continue, you have to vote for Congress. I mean, that's a big threat for the BJP. And of course, The Prime Minister has come up with his own guarantees. He says, he has given the agenda before the people, and people do trust Prime Minister Modi, and that is where I think the fight is between Modi's guarantee versus Congress guarantees.
All right, that's going to be very interesting. Modi ki guarantee versus the Congress manifesto. That's how it'll play out. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Upadhyay, for joining us from Bengaluru and getting us all those insights there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.